The Waltons captured the hearts of audiences during its golden era from 1972 to 1981, bringing warmth, nostalgia, and heartfelt storytelling to television. But behind the heartwarming stories, The Waltons has also faced its share of loss. Several beloved actors from the Walton family have sadly passed away, leaving behind unforgettable performances and a legacy that continues to touch generations. Let's celebrate 27 actors from the Waltons who have tragically passed away. Ellen Corby as Esther Walton. Ellen Corby, born June 3, 1911 in Racine, Wisconsin, was 61 when she stepped into the role of Esther Walton, or Grandma Walton, in The Waltons. From 1972 to 1980, she appeared in over 170 episodes, shaping a character who was stern yet deeply loving, a matriarch whose wisdom and warmth anchored the Walton family. Her performance resonated so deeply that it earned her 3 Emmy Awards for Outstanding Supporting Actress, a true testament to her talent. Beyond the screen, Ellen Corby's life reflected quiet resilience. She married cinematographer Francis Corby in 1934, though their marriage ended in divorce a decade later, and they had no children. In 1976, a devastating stroke affected her speech and mobility, limiting her time on The Waltons, though she made a determined return in later episodes. On April 14, 1999, Ellen Corby passed away in Los Angeles, California, at the age of 87 due to natural causes. Though she is gone, her legacy as the heart of the Waltons endures, forever cherished by those who grew up with the series. Will Geer as Zebulon Walton. Will Geer, born March 9, 1902, in Frankfort, Indiana, was 70 when he took on the role of Zebulon Grandpa Walton in The Waltons. From 1972 to 1978, he brought to life a free-spirited, nature-loving patriarch whose storytelling and gentle wisdom became the soul of the series. Over 150 episodes, he infused the role with warmth, humor, and a deep sense of heart, earning the admiration of audiences everywhere. Off-screen, Will Geer's life was just as rich and complex. He married actress Herta Ware in 1938, and together they had 3 children before their marriage ended in 1951. Later in life, he maintained a long-term relationship with his on-screen wife, Ellen Corby, a bond that mirrored their on-screen connection. A passionate botanist, he found solace in nature, a love that never wavered. As his health declined, he continued to embrace life until his passing on April 22, 1978, in Los Angeles, California, at the age of 76 due to respiratory failure. His impact on both entertainment and activism remains deeply felt, a legacy that stretches far beyond the Waltons. Mary Jackson as Emily Baldwin. Mary Jackson, born November 22, 1910 in Milford, Michigan, was 62 when she joined the Waltons as Emily Baldwin. From 1972 to 1981, she appeared in over 60 episodes as one half of the beloved Baldwin sisters, whose medicinal moonshine and genteel eccentricity became a signature of the show. Her refined yet delightfully quirky portrayal added a distinct charm, making the Baldwin sisters unforgettable. Away from the spotlight, Mary Jackson lived a life of quiet dignity. She married Charles Jackson in 1937, and together they raised a son, sharing a lasting bond until his passing decades later. In her later years, she faced the struggles of Parkinson's disease, which slowly took its toll. On December 10, 2005, she passed away in Los Angeles, California, at the age of 95 due to complications from the disease. Yet through her performances, particularly as Emily Baldwin, her presence lingers, bringing joy to new generations who discover the Waltons. Helen Kleeb as Mamie Baldwin. Helen Kleeb, born January 6, 1907 in South Bend, Washington, was 65 when she joined the Waltons as Mamie Baldwin. From 1972 to 1981, she appeared in over 60 episodes as the elder Baldwin sister, whose gentle nature and unwavering belief in their tonic added warmth and charm to the show. Her refined presence and quiet humor made Mamie a beloved part of Walton's Mountain. Off-screen, Helen Kleeb led a steady private life. She married Elmer Garrison in 1937, and they had one son before his passing. Later, she wed John Gerald Prendergast, who also predeceased her. As time passed, her health declined naturally with age, and on December 28, 2003, she passed away in Los Angeles, California, at the age of 96 due to natural causes. Though she remained largely out of the spotlight, her contributions to television continue to be fondly remembered by those who cherished the Waltons. John Ritter as Reverend Matthew Fordwick. John Ritter, born September 17, 1948, in Burbank, California, was just 24 when he stepped into the role of Reverend Matthew Fordwick in the Waltons. From 1972 to 1976, he appeared in over 40 episodes, portraying an inexperienced but well-meaning minister who gradually became a beloved figure on Walton's Mountain. His performance brought depth and charm to the character, hinting at the immense talent that would later define his career. Beyond the show, John Ritter's life was a mix of professional success and personal devotion. He married Nancy Morgan in 1977, and together they had 3 children before divorcing in 1996. In 1999, he wed actress Amy Yazbek, with whom he had a daughter. Then, in a heartbreaking turn, his life was cut short by an aortic dissection. On September 11, 2003, John Ritter passed away in Burbank, California, at just 54 years old, his sudden death leaving a lasting void in Hollywood. Yet his legacy lives on, not only through the Waltons, but in the countless roles that cemented him as one of television's most beloved stars. Robert Donner as Yancey Tucker. Robert Donner, born April 27, 1931 in New York City, was 41 when he took on the role of Yancey Tucker in the Waltons. From 1972 to 1978, he appeared in over 30 episodes as the eccentric but good-natured neighbor known for his tall tales and mischievous charm. His unique presence added humor and heart to the Walton community, making Yancey an unforgettable character. Away from the screen, Robert Donner kept much of his personal life private. He married Jill Sherman in 1961, though little is known about their family life. In his later years, he faced cardiovascular issues, and on June 8, 2006, he passed away in Sherman Oaks, California, at the age of 75 due to a heart attack. While he may not have been a household name, his memorable performances, especially in The Waltons, continued to bring joy to those who revisit the series. Peggy Rea as Rose Burton. Peggy Rea, born March 31, 1921, in Los Angeles, California, was 57 when she stepped into the role of Rose Burton in The Waltons. From 1978 to 1981, she appeared in over 20 episodes as Olivia Walton's warm and nurturing cousin who took on the care of the family's children. Her presence brought a sense of comfort and steadiness to the series, making Rose a beloved addition to Walton's Mountain. Off-screen, Peggy Rea embraced a life of independence and professional dedication. She never married or had children, instead focusing on her craft and the friendships she cherished. In her later years, she faced heart-related health struggles, and on February 5, 2011, she passed away at the age of 89 in Toluca Lake, California, due to heart failure. Though she played many roles throughout her career, her kindness and warmth in The Waltons left an unforgettable mark. Louis Arquette as Jefferson Davis, J.D. Pickett. Louis Arquette, born December 14, 1935 in Chicago, Illinois, was 43 when he took on the role of Jefferson Davis, J.D. Pickett, in The Waltons. From 1978 to 1981, he appeared in over 15 episodes as the tough but fair factory owner who provided jobs for the Walton family, adding a practical, business-like edge to the show's small-town charm. Beyond the screen, Louis Arquette built a legacy that extended far beyond his own career. He married Brenda Nowak in 1963, and together they raised 5 children, all of whom inherited his creative spirit and went on to make their mark in the entertainment industry. In his later years, he battled congestive heart failure, and on February 10, 2001, he passed away at the age of 65 in Los Angeles, California. While The Waltons was just one chapter in his career, his influence lives on through both his family and his body of work. John Crawford as Sheriff Ep Bridges. John Crawford, born September 13, 1920 in Colfax, Washington, was 52 when he took on the role of Sheriff Ep Bridges in The Waltons. From 1972 to 1979, he appeared in numerous episodes as the dedicated lawman who kept Walton's mountains safe with a firm but familiar presence, reinforcing the show's sense of close-knit community. Away from the cameras, John Crawford led a balanced life. He married Anne Wakefield in 1948, and they raised 3 children together. In his later years, he suffered complications from a stroke, which took a toll on his health. On September 21, 2010, he passed away at the age of 90 in Thousand Oaks, California. Though his name may not always be in the spotlight, his long and varied career remains a lasting tribute to his talent. Tom Bower as Dr. Curtis Willard. Tom Bower, born January 3, 1938 in Denver, Colorado, was 37 when he joined The Waltons as Dr. Curtis Willard. From 1975 to 1978, he appeared in multiple episodes as the town's dedicated doctor and Mary Ellen Walton's husband, a character whose service in World War II brought both depth and heartache to the series. His quiet strength and steady presence made him a memorable figure in Walton's Mountain. Off-screen, Tom Bower kept much of his personal life private. He married Ursula Bower, and together they shared a quiet life away from the public eye. While details about his later years remain undisclosed, his passing marked the end of a long and respected career. On May 30, 2024, he passed away at the age of 86 in Los Angeles, California, with the cause of death not publicly revealed. Though his time on The Waltons was brief, his contribution to television remains quietly honored. Wilford Brimley as Horace Brimley. Wilford Brimley, born September 27, 1934, in Salt Lake City, Utah, was 40 when he took on the role of Horace Brimley in The Waltons. From 1974 to 1977, he appeared in a handful of episodes as a gruff but kind-hearted farmer whose wisdom and authenticity perfectly fit the show's rural atmosphere. His rugged presence made a lasting impression. Beyond acting, Wilford Brimley's life was shaped by family and resilience. He married Lynn Brimley in 1956, and together they raised 3 sons before her passing in 2000. Diagnosed with diabetes, he managed the condition for decades, though kidney complications emerged later in life. On August 1, 2020, he passed away at the age of 85 in St. George, Utah, due to these complications. While his time on The Waltons was brief, his unmistakable charm and presence remain unforgettable. Nora Marlowe as Mrs. Flossie Brimmer. Nora Marlowe, born September 5, 1915 in Worcester, Massachusetts, was 58 when she joined The Waltons as Mrs. Flossie Brimmer. From 1973 to 1977, she appeared in several episodes as the warm and talkative boarding house owner who embodied the town's sense of community. Her gentle spirit brought an extra layer of heart to Walton's Mountain. Off-screen, Nora Marlowe valued family above all else. She married fellow actor James McCallion, and together they raised 2 children. Details about her later years remain scarce, and no major health issues were widely reported before her passing. On December 31, 1977, she died at the age of 62 in Los Angeles, California, with the cause of death undisclosed. Though her career was quiet, her presence in the Waltons remains a cherished part of its legacy. Victor Izay as Dr. Matthew Vance. Victor Izay, born December 23, 1923, in Watertown, New York, was 49 when he portrayed Dr. Matthew Vance in The Waltons. From 1972 to 1978, he appeared in a few episodes as the reliable town doctor, offering a steady hand and quiet care to Walton's Mountain. Though a minor role, his composed presence added to the show's authenticity. Away from the screen, Victor Izay lived a private life. He married Joan Izay, and they built a family together, though little is publicly known about his personal world. His health in later years was not widely documented, but he lived a long life. On January 20, 2014, he passed away at the age of 90 in Glendale, California, due to natural causes. His work in television may have been understated, but his contributions remain a part of its history. Walker Edmiston as radio announcer. Walker Edmiston, born February 6, 1926, in St. Louis, Missouri, was 49 when he lent his voice to the Waltons as a radio announcer in 1975. Though his role was brief, his deep and expressive delivery fit seamlessly into the show's world, enhancing its storytelling with an air of authenticity. Beyond the Waltons, Walker Edmiston had a long career in voice acting, balancing his creative work with family life. He married Evelyn Edmiston in 1950, and together they raised 2 children. Later in life, he faced a battle with cancer, which ultimately claimed his life. On February 15, 2007, he passed away at the age of 81 in Woodland Hills, California. His voice, a signature in animation and television, continues to echo across generations. Rance Howard as Dr. McIvers. Rance Howard, born November 17, 1928, in Duncan, Oklahoma, was 47 when he stepped into the role of Dr. McIvers on The Waltons. From 1975 to 1981, he portrayed the compassionate physician whose quiet authority brought both comfort and credibility to Walton's Mountain. His recurring presence added a layer of realism, reinforcing the town's sense of community. Beyond the screen, Howard's life was deeply rooted in family. He married actress Jean Spiegel in 1949, and together they raised 2 sons, Ron and Clint, who would follow in his footsteps. After Jean's passing in 2000, he remarried Cheryl Alley in 2001. In later years, he battled health challenges, including skin cancer, but it was complications from a West Nile virus infection that ultimately led to heart failure. He passed away on November 25, 2017, at the age of 89 in Los Angeles, California, leaving behind a legacy intertwined with Hollywood's golden age and modern era.